welcome. On this video, okay, I want to do a follow-up by way again of the Kevin Murdaugh hand clapping, foot stomping approach by way again of the golden retriever. Again, I called the breakdown series, not so golden approach. But here's the thing, okay, and again, if you look at the last image of like part 4, okay, that's up on YouTube, like they'll just randomly select images from as your thumbnail for videos, and it just happened to land on, okay, the image of it, which really speaks volumes, the image of this dog, this golden retriever, biting into the dog owner, like holding on, like biting into her clothing while she's clapping her hands, okay, while she's clapping her hands, which really kind of, that image speaks directly to, okay, the confusion over, again, what represents training, what represents a process, the issue about influence, okay, and I talk about Murdaugh's method, okay, not aligning. But here's the thing too, if you go on, the more I watch of this guy, it's one of these things about kind of smoke and mirrors, about content, very Zach George like. You see that even in the past, he's had videos up, and there's one of him really struggling. He's in the major speed wobble with a dog out in the street, and this dog was just putting out just moderate level of challenge, and he had like tremendous difficulty getting this dog under control by way of the collar, just trying to make adjustments and trying to do stuff, and he was so wobbled out that it was like, it was an embarrassment. That's why I say it's an embarrassment, right? Because that's the point. It's like when I talk about control, intentional control, that represents you have to have some type of of leash skill, and there's other videos of showing the same thing. So when I say smoke and mirrors, so much about the dog training community is about appearances. It's like kind of like how these trainers edit their clips. There was another clip of where he talked about he had a discipline, I believe it was the same dog, and that whole part of that clip was missing. He said his battery failed, but just conveniently came on right after. So it's just like, it's just like, that's pretty suspicious, especially when you see that his struggles with control itself over dogs that are putting out a level challenge. And he'll talk about his dog like Grey Goose being like this high, I don't know if I believe that or not, being this originally this high dog and all this stuff. Well, this dog's tiny anyway, Grey Goose. But I love to see Murdaugh handling like pit bulls and this German Shepherd. He had tremendous struggles with that one dog, and everything was edited. So, and it's a joke, okay? It's a joke. So, as I move forward here, understand a lot of these trainers, they got like the ones that have the most to say on social media that want to try to go on the attack, and they're virtue signaling all over the place. It's no different than Larry Crone. Look at Larry Crone's the same thing, and look at what's happening right now. This association, all the controversy. Larry Crone's very much Zach George like. All these trainers are doing the same stuff. They're just trying to kind of put their own little spin on stuff to kind of come off like they're different. And they're not different at all. These trainers are not different. They're all cut from the same cloth. It's just superficial, appearance-based process. Got holes all over the place. But again, all to say that last image on part 4, that's it. Okay? I mean, nothing more needs to be said. Okay? Dog biting in, her clapping her hands, and this dog is just blowing her off. And I talk about, a interaction-based method. Okay, that's what fades you in, okay? That never happens. When I'm doing a session, immediately, okay? Because it's engaging in the right conversation. It's turning into a type of power play that fades that owner in. That stops very fast, okay? But that incident, that thing with the grab, it never stopped the whole time. Even that image is at the last part of his whatever length of session. It was like over an hour session, and he had put more time in with this dog, but it just shows you it's a joke. Thanks for watching.